He's a really good horse, exceptionally good looking, and fast.
Lord Nelson is just a picture type. He's got a beautiful neck and shoulder. He's got a nice hip. He's really strong.
Extremely fast. He's very well balanced. This horse is just an incredible fighter. He's mentally tough. His constitution is just iron. He's as tough, I think, as they make horses.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Keeneland Babies, presented by Spendthrift, home of such celebrated stallions as Malibu Moon, sire of Kentucky Derby winner Orb, and current Kentucky Derby prospect Magnum Moon. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo. Friday is opening day for the Keeneland Spring Meet, and Nicole, each Keeneland Spring Meet highlights high-quality stakes racing and the emergence of a new crop of two-year-olds. And as we take a look at race number 1 on opening day, it's a 4.5 furlong dash. Here on Keeneland Babies, Nicole and I are going to take you through the pedigrees of all of these perhaps budding two-year-old stars. But Nicole, at Keeneland, at least in these 4.5 furlong dashes, the overriding factor is trainer Wesley Ward. He dominates.
Yeah, Wesley Ward, he just seems to get these horses ready faster than some of these other trainers. He really gears his program towards some of these early emerging horses. Of course, Wesley Ward loves to take them from Keeneland straight over to Royal Ascot. So we're looking at some of these horses with an eye to that. Other trainers who are always a factor at the Keeneland meet, locally based John Hancock, did very well with his two-year-olds here the last few meets, and I think he's got some live horses in on opening day as well. Spendthrift
represented in this race by their stallion Liaison, who has the number 1 Blazin' Lazin. We're going to look at this field in program number order, beginning with the number 1 Big Max, and we'll throw up his pedigree card right now. Big Max's dam was precocious. She won her 2-year-old debut sprinting with a solid 60 buyer.
Yeah, 60, very solid. The dam, a half-sister to a stakes-winning sprinter in City Sage, who I thought pretty highly of. And, you know, Arch, the sire of Big Max, does okay with his 2-year-olds. I believe the statistic is 9% with 2-year-old debut runners. They're usually, you know, solid, nice-looking horses.
The 1A is Blazin' Lazin by Spendthrift stallion Liaison, a $2,200 yearling, but this has been a very productive dam. She has foaled 4 winners from as many runners and is a full sister to the Grade 2 stakes winner This One's for Phil, who is a solid sprinter.
Yeah, and you know, Liaison, again, a Spendthrift stallion, I'm really interested in him as he continues to emerge. The son of Indy and Charlie, these are always, you know, such athletic, good-looking horses. And when Liaison went to stud, I noticed he got really solid books of mares his first couple of years, not only from Spendthrift, but from other notable outfits as well. Some people out there really believe in this horse, and, you know, I'm really keeping an eye on him. I think he might be kind of sneaky good.
This coupled entry is trained by Wayne Rice, and we have a formulator fact for the barn. It's not very encouraging. Over the past 4 years with 2-year-olds on dirt, the barn only winning 3%, a 17-cent return on investment. Maybe these 2 horses will need a race before their best running. Number 2 is True Saint by Yes It's True, who's a veteran stallion that throws a lot of speed, 14% winners with 2-year-old debut runners. Another productive dam, 3 winners from as many runners, and this is a very shrewd trainer in Brett Calhoun.
Yeah, very much. And, you know, the dam is by St. Liam, who, of course, the horse of the year, who only had that 1 crop before his untimely death. He really made a mark with that only crop, and some of his daughters have already become stakes producers. He's got horses out there like Sharp Azteca, Chocolate out of his daughters. True Saint has posted some bullet works at Evangeline coming in.
The number 3 is Zip Secret, and she's got one of the strongest pedigrees, in my opinion, in this field. Only a $5,000 short yearling, but by the very precocious stallion City Zip. The dam is a placed half-sister to a multiple Grade 1 stakes winner in Love and Pride, and the second dam, a Grade 1 placed half to Bernardini.
Yeah, just terrific. And City Zip was always so underrated during his stud career, so I'm going to go ahead and write off that, you know, sort of low short yearling price. Zip really never got kind of the respect I think he deserved. Very versatile, very underrated He can get you a fast horse, can also get you a good 2-year-old. Remember, Catch a Glimpse was the horse of the year in Canada as a 2-year-old. Zip Secret posted a bullet work at Keeneland in prep for this debut.
This is a filly taking on the boys, going out for an underrated barn and must be respected along with True Saint, the number 2. The 4 is Baytown Jimbo, and I look at Baytown Jimbo's pedigree and I see a lot of turf. The dam placing on that surface in England, the 3rd dam a half to a French champion.
Yeah, I definitely get a turf impression from this one as well. Artie Schiller, kind of a sneaky good 2-year-old sire. He's had runners out there like My Conquistador, Amy's Challenge, a stakes winner against the boys last year as a 2-year-old, obviously on dirt. But yeah, the overwhelming thing I took away from this pedigree was turf.
Wesley Ward entered 2 in the opening day opening race. One of them, the number 5, Strike Play, a $56,000 yearling. I see some turf in this pedigree. The sire Haynesfield, not very precocious. The dam, interestingly enough, she's a twin, an unraced half-sister to Leprechaun Kid, who was good on the grass. The 2nd dam, a stakes winner on turf in France. Perhaps if Strike Play comes out running, this will be one of those horses we'll see overseas.
Yeah, I very much have to think that getting on the turf and going to, a race at Royal Ascot, which Wesley Ward always targets, is what he's thinking with this one here. Strike Play fired a bullet on the Turfway Poly track in prep for this debut. Haynesfield obviously did all of his damage on the dirt, but you have to think that if this one wins or runs well, that Wesley Ward's going to be looking ahead to some different options down the line.
The number 6 is Duke of Monroe. This is a colt by Birdstone. And when you look at this pedigree, there is a lot of class and also a lot of distance. The dam won her only start. It was with a solid 74 buyer, but it was going long. The 3rd dam, the classy multiple grade 1 stakes winner Flute. I wonder if this horse will improve with more distance down the road.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this one and kind of circle him and watch, down the line. By Birdstone, Belmont Stakes and Traverse winner. You want to talk about underrated stallions. Birdstone sired a pair of classic winners in his first crop out of an Empire Maker mare. In addition to Kentucky Oaks winner Flute, this is the family of grade 1 Ashland winner a couple of years ago, Weep No More. Definitely a class page, but one I'm going to be watching, when the distances get longer, there aren't that many options for 2-year-olds at this time of the year. So of course you're going to be thinking, well, some of these are going to be better with more distance later on or better on the turf later on. They're kind of just getting their feet wet here.
I concur, and here's a formulator fact for Duke of Monroe's barn. Over the past 4 years, only 1 for 31 with a 47-cent return on investment. I'm sure they'd be happy with a nice late run that might set this horse up for some more distance in the summer months. The number 7 is My Perfect Graydar. This one by Graydar. The dam won sprinting. She was also capable on turf. The 2nd dam was a champion in Argentina.
Yeah, this is another cross that I think I'll like very much down the road with a little experience and distance. Graydar by Unbridled Song, kind of throwing some big growthy horses that I think are taking a little bit to get their legs under them over a Curlin mare. This one, another one who might like the distance down the line. The
number 8 is L Factor, another filly. You mentioned trainer John Hancock, and if it's not Wesley Ward recently, it is John Hancock, who's done very, very well with these 2-year-olds, going 4.5 during the spring meet. And I think it's notable that Jose Ortiz is tabbed to ride, a $10,000 yearling. That 2nd dam, though, is a really hardy New Mexico bred, a multiple stakes winning sprinter.
Yeah, and the New Mexico breds, you really, they might not stack up against sort of national level competition, but man, they're racehorses. They have a competitive circuit out there. And you mentioned Jose Ortiz. Interestingly enough, John Hancock told our Marty McGee that Ortiz and his agent called him about this horse and about getting a mount on a 2-year-old opening day. He didn't reach out to them. The Factor was very well regarded with some of his first yearlings and 2-year-olds at public auction.
I would expect speed out of this filly. The number 9 is your morning line favorite. Of course, it's trained by Wesley Ward. It's an Irish bred. On the Way to Neverland, the first starter by the Group 1 Turf Stakes winner and a very fast horse in his own right. No, nay, never. You've got the bullet workouts. You've got Wesley Ward. I have a feeling that they're going to try to make No, nay, never early.
Yeah, definitely. And No Nay Never did most of his running most of his serious running on turf, but he was graded place sprinting on dirt as a 3-year-old. I believe he was a Keeneland 2-year-old himself. Very good horse, very fast horse. He's one of a few sons of Scat Daddy who have their first 2-year-olds this year. And Scat Daddy, of course, we talk about him all the time. Young sire who we sadly lost, very early in his career. And they run on turf, they run on dirt, they run internationally. So if No Nay Never follows in Scat Daddy's footsteps, I think he's going to be very well positioned with these early Keeneland 2-year-olds. And even though he stands for Coolmore in Ireland, a few of them have made their way over here already. One sold very well at OBS March, excuse me. So that indicates to me that people do think that these are going to be dirt type horses. This one, another one firing bullets working for this debut.
There's an old saying, watch the board with first-time starters, and watch the board with Wesley Ward. Those horses are going to get bet. We'd urge fans to watch the board with other sort of trainers. If the Brett Calhoun firster or the James Chapman firster takes money into the teeth of the Ward horses, that could indicate that those runners might be live as well. Nicole, who do you like in this race? Ward always tough.
Yeah, I really think that you can't look past Ward's entry here. I do think that On the Way to Neverland, just with the versatility that Scat Daddy sire line has shown, might be kind of the stronger prospect in this spot. That being said, I do like that both this one and Strike Play are firing, bullet works, prepping for this. If I was going to go underneath the Ward pair, I'd take a look at that Zip Secret. I like that the most recent work was a bullet here at Keeneland. And again, City Zip, I think he's so underrated, can get you a very good 2-year-old.
I'm with you. On the Way to Neverland, the number 9 would be my top selection. Underneath would be the 2 True Saint, the 3 Zip Secret. And I'm curious to see the 4 Baytown Jimbo on turf down the road. Maybe this horse will make a little bit of a late run and complete the superfecta. The first race on the Keeneland Spring Meet on Friday. It's a baby race. It's a Keeneland baby race presented by Spendthrift. Nicole and I will be back to talk about race 3 in a minute.